Ahoy and welcome. We are on a J-Class boat, J20, and yeah, and the purpose of the video is to show you how we set up the instrument on the onboard dashboard tablet and the instruments hanging in a pot from the boom. Alright, so we have 10 dials, basically empty cases where a dial can be put in. We have one tablet and we have 4 displays on the boom pot. So what we are going to need is the instruments. So let's click the pencil in the upper right corner, and as you can see this is version 1.25 build 236 now. So as you can see, we can now move the trim line info panel. I keep it on the right here. Just gonna get the map out of the way. As you can see or not, we're north of Seattle, east of Vancouver, Canada. So then remove the map and keep the trim line info panel down. Alright, so let's add instruments. Now, of course, you need to buy the instruments before you can install them, so I already have them all set up here. So I'm just going to start at the bottom. So we're going to start with speed anemometer, so measuring boat speed. Those are the instruments specifically made for the 3D cases on the boat. I want a barometer, and I want a inclination, basically measuring the heel of the boat. Basically is an expression of the power in the sails. More heel, more power is more heel, whatever way you do it. So let's get local time on the boat. And for a good measure, get the universal time coordinated clock too. So as you can see, they just pop in a row. That's not in the order I put them. We'll just leave that for later. We're just going to get them on the screen first. So wherever universal compass bearing. So this is where the needle moves, and basically you can take a bearing over the compass, but as you can see, there's no steering stand for that compass. Well, there is, but I never got around to put a window on it and put a compass in it, so we might as well let that one be. So we're not going to need that one. Okay, so we can jump the bearing compass again, and instead let's get they have a normal heading compass, which should show the heading. Okay. Yeah, so this one points basically wherever the boat is heading. Obviously we're pointing at what, 260, right? Are we pointing at 260? Let's check the map. Yeah, I guess that goes something like that. 260, 270 should be okay. Is it below 260, 261 it says is where we're pointing. We're straight in the wind, so that should be okay. 48. See where we're pointing. 268. It says we're pointing 250. That's funny. Alright, magnetic. Could be, maybe we need some compensation or something, variation, I don't know. I'll just leave it. Close enough. Get rid of the map again. Alright, so that's 5, that's one row. We need 5 more, so let's go and see what else we got here. Echo, so we know how deep, how much water is below the keel. Then let's get a, wait a second, anemometer. I thought we already had that. Oh, no, that brings a wind speed. We need a boat speed too, of course. So speedometer. There we go. That's the boat speed. There you go. There, speed in knots. Okay. Yeah. So let's get the weather. So weather, that's just 3 dials: humidity, air temperature, and sea temperature. Yeah, don't ask me how those values are determined, but I don't even know if that's correct. So it's supposedly 10 degrees in the air and the water temperature is somewhere around 6 degrees. Alright, beginning, end of September, Canada, Vancouver. Yeah, probably goes. It's not raining, it's not foggy. So 60 something, almost 70% humidity it could be. Alright, yeah, I'll believe it. Okay, so we're down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and number 10. What do we take as number 10? The wind vane. Okay, so that should, okay, why does that pop up? I don't know. Okay, the wind vane already appears. Beautiful. I don't know why, but that's, let's leave it at that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That covers the dashboard. Then we need something on the tablet. Let's put the 4-screen chart plotter on the tablet. Alright, so that's that. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 displays, and I'll just take the mast foot multi-set and we'll just take that 4 times. So you can have instruments, you can use them as often as you want, and an instrument can have basically an unlimited, infinite number of displays. So the multi-set has something like 23 displays at the moment, I think. I don't know, a lot. If you need more, contact me. I can see if I can add some more if those are required or needed or you want them. Just shout out and I'll add some. 1, 2, 3, 4 of those, and I think that's all of them. Alright, so now instrument gets displayed left to right, top to bottom. Means at the top we are going to have the displays on the instrument pot hanging from the boom. This thing here. Let me just walk over there. Okay. This thing. That's where we're going to put 4 displays, and top to bottom means those are going to be at the top and they're going to be left to right. So let's just, okay, so this is a 4K screen now. So if this is being used on a 2K screen, so a quarter of the size, that means half the width and half the length of the screen, the height, and I want them be visible. So remember, 0.0 coordinate on the screen is in the bottom left corner here, and so at the top this is then 1980 something, and this is then 3800 and something pixels. So from 0 to 0, so we must be basically make sure we are not above the half if this is to work on a 2K screen. So if this is on a 2K screen, and I'm just gonna make them off as small as I can. So just as small as possible. Top to bottom, so that one would be left to right, so top to bottom, left to right, this would be the first, then would this be the second one. You probably already know that the chat window is also on the left bottom corner of the screen, so I'm just going to try and leave as much space possible to have chats visible. So I'm just going to put all 4 next to each other here. So left to right, that means the left one is going to project on the top one here, etc. Okay, then let's get the tablet. Why? Take the tablet because the tablet is next. There it lies on the couch. Yeah, let's walk over there. On the sofa here. There's a navigational tablet laying around, and we want to display the 4-screen chart plotter on this tablet. So I'm going to put that here. I'm going to give it a format. So now one of the things you can do is, so these are instruments that have multiple displays. So if you click the instrument on the screen, there will appear another display. That display will be projected on the instrument on the boat. So I don't actually need to be able to see the instruments readings and numbers here because they will be on the boat. But okay, some might like it. So if you like it to see the numbers, what you can do is like put it all the way on the other side. Now remember, on 2K, don't go further than here, a half, right? So because if I do this on a 4K screen and somebody steps on board with a 2K screen, then they won't see the instrument and it's all the way to that side. So I'm gonna put it in the middle here. On a 2K screen, it's then gonna be at the bottom right corner. And it's gonna be twice as big also. But I'm gonna make it more comfortable for myself so I can actually see the numbers. So I'm gonna put this here. So this is gonna be shown on the display, on the pod, and this is gonna be on the tablet. Now, the instruments on the dashboard so the dashboard with the 3D casings is here. So what I'm gonna do is just gonna sort them top to bottom, left to right. So let's say I want the time, the clocks, I want in the top left. So I'm just gonna put them here. I'm gonna make them awfully small, and now I don't need to see those on my screen, so I'm gonna make it invisible. Cross it out. I'm gonna place all 10 of them right there. And make that invisible too. So what then? Barometer. And of course, well, yeah, you can choose whatever order and place you want them to be placed. And let's put the compass to the right. Alright, so then let's put the echo first in the bottom row. Let's then take the wind speed and the wind vane next to it. Okay, then the heel. And then the lock. All right. So, if they're going to be thought about it up, this one's going to be messed up. I need this basically up here somewhere, I think. Well, let's just check it out. Okay, so these are all gonna be invisible. Nope, I forgot to make them invisible. Yeah, and that one, and that one, and that one, and that one, and that one. Okay, so now they're all invisible, and let's just see how that checks out. I don't know, do you want that compass visible on the screen? Yeah, let's just keep it, but don't need it that big. And let's just get the wind vane there too, but don't need that big either. Alright, done editing. Let's see where it goes. So what happens is that the instruments are now loaded in the order left, right, top to bottom, left to right. So we already can see that the instruments on the display and the pod seem to be okay. The tablet gets the clock, and the 4-chart display is now, so that's basically all moved one up. So let's see. Okay, so we can't do this that way. We need to have the chart display before we get to the dashboard. So let's move all these others up a bit and just throw the right in there. Okay, so I think that's too small, you can't see it, you want it on the screen. Yep, I understand, so let's just do that. Just like the other instruments, hey, we can get this as many times as we want. Only problem is when we add an instrument, our edit is not saved in between. You have to stop editing for the edit to be saved. If you add an instrument, the placement is gone and reverts. So we'll have to do this again. Come on, put these things up here. I'm going to leave this one here so you can see the other one disappeared. And here's another one. So what we're going to do now is keep this one here and get a new one in there. Like that. And then we say done. Now, let's see. Now everything's loading. Top to bottom, left to right, and here we go. Now they're all at the correct place. So why are those 4 instruments not hidden? Well, like I said, there's 22 displays. So let's see. I click on the screen. I click to the left, and there you can see the numbers go through. And let's see. I want a true width angle at the top, and then the second one I want to have the round. Let's say the fish mostly make good yields. That was it. And in the third one, yeah, I want to be sure I can see it, so I want to have the speed up there. Oh yeah, so let's click through here until I get back to speed. So at the bottom, I don't know what we want. Heading, parent winkle, wind speed, depth. Vancouver, rocks. Let's put the depth in there, just to be cautious so we don't run aground anywhere. DPT, where are you? DPT. Oh, and of course, so let's get the tablet. So we need to have the instruments projected at the right spot before we start moving the tablet around, because it changes position, so top to left, right to bottom, the order will have changed. So if we load the instruments again, then we would mess it up again. So where are you going? Ah, there you go. So there's the tablet. And then I can just go, okay, I want to see something different. So I can just click on the instrument on the screen and go through the... Well, actually I can say, okay, I don't need that anymore if I'm at the helm, because I have it right in front of me. Okay, so doesn't matter. And basically what I do is I just need those here. Well, yeah, if I need them I can show them, but basically I have the instruments in front of me, the dials, I have the tablet, so I don't need the instruments on the screen. So I just hit the I key, I of India, instruments, and hide all instruments. So now I have a clean screen, no instruments ever, but I have all the data in front of me on the boat. Right, that's it. Happy sailing, and I'll be seeing you every last weekend of the month for the J-Class trophy. If you don't have a J-Class, no worries. At least 10 crew can join every J. There's enough to do on deck, so no time, no need to get bored, and you can just sail along with every race, no problem. You don't need the boat to race. All right, then next time. Bye bye. Yeah, of course. We need to go to sail, so I set the sails.